So Ellery, how delighted were you to be asked to be the coach of the All-Stars?
Well, first of all, let me tell you something. It's a wonderful honour, and there was no hesitation that I wouldn't do it, simply because I think the game has been fantastic to me, and it's given me everything, and this is the least I could do in terms of giving something back to the game. And not only that, it's working with some wonderful talent, absolutely spectacular. I mean, the players, the athleticism of these players are just magnificent from all the different clubs, and they've been wonderful. Since they've come into camp on Tuesday, you know, you have to actually be in the camp to recognise the energy and the desire and how much they're looking forward to this game. They've been wonderful, you know, in all aspects. On the field when we've been at training paddock, and off the field as well. They've conducted themselves really well, and I'm really pleased about that. When it's been time to come and switch on and come into classroom sessions and video sessions, they've done that magnificently well. And the same on the field sessions as well. They've done that extremely well as well. So I'm delighted how everything's gone, really delighted.
That's great. Like you just said, it seems good atmosphere in camp. How are you going to continue that from today until kick-off tomorrow?
Well, to be honest, that's quite easy. The players already know in terms of what I want and how I want them to play, the ethos of the game and the framework of the game. We have a very simple game plan and so forth. So the players understand it, it's clear, there's no complication to that whatsoever. And their desire is magnificent. Even when we're travelling, we went to even just off-field activity, just going to bowls, it was fantastic. So there's nothing what will change that whatsoever, you know, so I'm all good with it, with everything, how they're feeling at this moment in time.
So you come up against an England side coached by Sean Wayne. How much are you looking forward to that?
Well, the personnel who are in front, my opposition, it's really not about us anymore, really. When the players go onto the footy paddock for the 80 minutes, it's all down to them then, really. And it's them understanding and making sure that they're playing. You know, the players are all going to be playing under massive pressure. England have a huge amount, obviously, to play for with the World Cup coming up and everything, and there'll be places up for grabs, so they'll be wanting to make a good show of themselves. Our players as well, you know, obviously they had the victory under Tim Sheen's last year, and they want to continue on that theme as well, and you have a personal pride of winning as well. You want to have a W next to your name, but I just hope it's going to be a great game for all the spectators.
You mentioned the win last year. Have you taken anything from sort of Tim Sheen's camp last year into this year?
Well, I think every game's different, and there's different personnel, obviously, what we've got now, and there's different personnel what Sean's got as well. So the game's going to be completely different in terms of how it's played and where we're going and the direction on the footy paddock and everything. And most games are played with heads up, and you play what you see and everything. Yes, you have the framework and everything, what you can fall back on and so forth. But these players are so talented and so skillful and everything. I have every faith in them in every department, both in attack and defence as well.
So what do you think your biggest threat tomorrow is to England, and what do you think England will offer in attack towards yourselves?
Well, they're going to be good in attack. All the players know each other. They've had enough camps and training sessions, and they know what they're doing. You know, there's no excuse from me, and I don't make excuses. We've had basically 2 sessions, and but they've gelled well together. We expect them to have threats all over the park. Everybody knows about Sam Tompkins at the back, and we know that, you know, he'll skip across the line and he'll be looking for weak links and defence movements if we create a triangle. But we know we've covered all bases to the best of our ability, and it's just producing that, especially when you're under fatigue as well.
And finally, how important is it that fans come out tomorrow to support both sides?
Oh, I think they will. I think that they know that you only have to look at both team sheets, and you know that it's going to be a marvellous game. We know it's going to be physically tough, it's going to be challenging, and that the high level of skill from all the individual players is so high that it cannot be anything else but a great game.